Hello and welcome to a very special Gundam Battle Operation 2. This is the Gelgoog Cannon JN. Proof that the Federation is incredibly stupid when they'll steal the Gaboldi Alpha to make the Gaboldi Beta, but they won't use the Gelgoog for anything. Its core design being used for many updates. This is another one of them. It comes from the Return of Johnny Raiden manga. I don't believe it's a series as of yet, but it is a manga. And, of course, this is the cannon variety. It is a 500 cost, ground and space capable support with a ballistic and beam resistance of 24, a melee resistance of pillows at 0, a range strength of 50, a melee strength of 7, well, at least it's better than the melee resistance, a movement speed of a fairly good 120 considering, and a thrust gauge of 65. For parts, we have close range of 8, medium of 10, and long range of 18. Now, again, this unit does not have an optional ranged weapon, but you get a pretty good one in the Gelgoog CJN beam rifle. Effectively, this is a Federation beam rifle that it's using. It's heat-based, does about 1,500 damage, and has a decent range. Decent cooldown at 0.8, and well, that's between shots. The focus is okay, but you should still baby this. You can get some decent shots and damage out of it, just so you know. And then we have the Beam Niganata. It's exactly like every other one you've ever played, so, you know. Then we have the Giant Bazooka, which is actually a really great piece of kit for it. It does decent damage, has a good amount of ammo, has okay range. Cooldown's not great, but it's pretty good for a bazooka. This can make people really hate you. You're going to get those staggers out of them. You're going to be able to use that to drop a shot into someone with this, switch over, and then follow with the beam rifle, or the ARM 3-tube missile pod, or even the Stormfaust if you want. We have the Stormfaust. It's a good defensive weapon, but my problem is how long it takes to ready up. It is something you have to kind of know you're going to need to use when you need it, or have it prepped in case you're going to have a bad time with it. Then we have the ARM 3-tube missile pod. It works pretty close to what you'd see on the Gelgoog Cannon. It has 3 shots. They have okay damage. The range is alright, and there's not really a cooldown. The reload's also really, really good considering. And then we have the 3-barrel scope. It has doesn't do any damage. You can only use it 3 times before it has to reload. And it has 750 range. What does it do, you might say? Well, it shares data with your team of a target. You can use this on stealth or units with jamming. This can be a very effective way to drop something on to let your team know. And a lot of times you get a little bit of bonus damage, but I don't remember if this does it on that unit. Let me know in the comments if it does. Then we have for skills, High Performance Radar level 3, High Performance Scope level 4, Observational Data Link, High Performance Aerospace Gimbal, and that's level 2, Scouting Parallel Processing Device, Precision Sniping, High Spec AMBAC level 2, Special Back Add-on Buffer level 2, that's 15% less damage for taking shots in the back, Frontline Support System level 2, Precision Analyst System, good lord, that gives, okay, there you go, there's the bonus damage when you spot somebody using the thing, 3% extra damage, don't sleep on it. Special Leg Buffer level 1, and Stabilization Device. Whew. What can I say about this unit? It's a good overall unit. It suffers from everything that any support does in this game, but it has a lot of options. It can put a lot of damage out. It has a utility capability. It's pretty quick. Though I really think at this point when a support comes out, it should at least have a little bit of melee resistance. The fact that they still put some of them out with 0 is just ridiculous. That's the one thing I would change. I'd probably at least give it 7 to 10 melee resistance. The thing's not going to buff that out too much without some of their higher level parts. and it'd be a little bit more forgiving. I think having some units that are tougher in the supports against melee is not necessarily a bad thing. A lot of times generals can style on freaking supports, so I don't think it'd be bad to give them more melee resistance. It's not like heavy attack is going to care that much. So let's see how it does in the match to come.
Hello and welcome everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic week and going to have an even better weekend. This unit I quite like, but I have some bones to pick with the freaking support design in the game. It really should have some more melee resistance, especially considering how big a part melee plays. And it's really not going to disrupt the poor, disadvantaged raids who have heavy attack. Good lord. At least it'll make it less likely for you to be clowned on by generals. So, yeah, that's all I'm saying. Or at least harder for them to do it. Or take longer at least to kill you. There's some support. The way supports are designed is just really bad. That's all I'm going to say. There are some improvements. I will be fair there. But, I wish they were more rounded with the concepts and ideas of the game. Now, we're going to switch over to our bazooka. I like to use this as an opener with this suit. And then immediately go into the beam rifle. And then use the... the 3-tube arm to effectively kind of add in extra damage. So I see there's a mix-up over near C, but I'm like, I'm not going to get shots from here. I need to get some elevation. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to push a little bit. I see two guys over there. I see this. I'm going to go ahead and fire, and then fire, and take him out immediately. That's going to help our team, freeing them up a little bit. Then I see this situation. I'm going to spin, fire, but he's going to dodge out. And I'm going to come over here. He's going to misfire. I'm going to get him with that and then tap him with the beam rifle. We're going to switch back over here. The Mark II is going to come up. We're going to tag him with that, but he's going to get us back. I keep thinking this unit's got the ability to melee, but I'm going to get smacked as a reminder of not to do that. So we're going to come back down here. I'm going to miss with that shot, but we're going to go ahead and get that bazooka in. Unfortunately, I'm being a little bit hesitant on some other things, but we're going to take out that Mark II. And we're going to push this guy out. We're going to catch him with a shot. And he's going to run. Our pre-shot with the bazooka didn't help, but we're just going to try to ward him off with a few shots. And we're going to push over here. One's being fairly aggressive, but I don't want to leave him unsupported. So I'm going to try to spin around here, get the Mark II, and get him there. So I think they have two on their team. Crazy. So in the situation, I decide to back off and hold this corner. So at the very least, they have to, well, come out and hazard a shot. So I was hoping this guy would come all the way around. He doesn't. At this point, I go, screw it. I need to reposition. So I'm going to jump up here for a little extra ground. Number one is back in action. And we're going to come around here. We're not going to have a lot of good shots, but we're going to fire, take his shield out, then follow up with a nice little meaty shot to him. We're not going to hit with that next one. Tradition is not going to land on us. That's what I call the artillery. And I'm going to basically, at this point, try to use these shots as I missed that because he paused, to kind of ward them off from this side. I'm going to hold our shot, but we're going to have a little bit too much to the left. We're going to see this guy come out, but he's going to dip back in, fire. It's not going to help our guy, and 3 is going to get smackaroonied. We're going to not be able to get that kill because he's taken out. And at this point, I'm starting to go, I don't think there's a huge amount I can do, but we're going to put some damage in on that guy, help take him out, and we're going to go, we need to reposition. So we're going to move a little bit forward. We're going to try to keep a good idea of what's going on. We're going to fire those into that guy's legs, take a shot there, but we're not going to be able to follow up the beam rifle. We're going to get smacked by the Mark II with the beam magnum. And we're going to come back over here. We're going to fire. We're going to basically just try to ward them off as much as we can. But we're taking some serious damage. We're going to be able to push that Mark II off for the moment. And I'm going to come around to help 5. We're going to miss, but take him out there. And 4 is going to come in and smack-a-rooney that Mark II. I'm going to turn around, take a shot into this guy to try to help set up a defensive position. Unfortunately, we're going to immediately get targeted by the Mark II. And he's going to have a bit of a clash over here. We're going to switch over. We're going to catch him with that shot. We're going to get him in the legs. But we're in a bad spot, so we're just going to go ahead and move over here. Our legs are about out. We have a barely nothing amount of damage. We're going to come over. We're going to catch him with one shot there. Effectively, we're going to switch, fire, take out the shield, and then get taken out ourselves for our first death. So C with C captured. We're going to spawn in our home base, and we're going to push forward with 4 here. I'm going to hold for a second. He's going to jump back down. I'm going to jump up, land on the roof, spin a Rooney around, fire, catch the guy's shield, and then with the help of the enemy team, we'll take out the Mark II. We're going to dump a round right into that guy's legs, and he's going to be able to get finished off by 3. Spinning around, we don't see anybody. We got an okay lead, nothing that's insurmountable, but I'm going to decide I'm going to try to stick with my team here, and I'm going to follow 5. The reason being is that, 1, he is most likely to have similar range to me, and at the moment, I want to try to get a good position. Now, I assumed that they were going to be more aggressive than they were, but they're hanging back, and that leaves me in a bit of a position where I have to, again, reposition. This guy has been waiting. He's going to shoot me in the face. I've probably killed him one too many times, and he's a little upset about it. And, you know, that's how it goes. So I see 2 of them have spawned on our left. So I'm going to try to push over, because I'm trying to treat this like a general, unwisely. But we're going to come over, catch him with the bazooka, catch him with that beam. And what I should have done was simply stay back and just milked shots into them. There's no reason to be this aggressive. But we're going to get him killed. We're going to come over, get smacked by our Dresden smacking us and the modified Mark II. Now, here's where I should have backed off. 1 is being too aggressive. We're not in a good position overall. And we're not going to achieve anything by pushing here. And I'm going to have to try to juggle too many targets, and this is going to open us up for attacks on all sides. So the Mark II is just going to continue trying to pad his stats, and we're going to get hit because, hey, they want to pad their stats out, and this is garbage time effectively. So I'm going to take a shot directly into his legs, it bounce out, and take my last death for the match. So unfortunately, got too aggressive at the end, but let's see how we did. Alright. There's our very masculine win pose. We got 2 board positions and 3rd place. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.